Good morning, everyone. This is Kathleen Zemansky, and I am here with TimeBlazr Tuesday. It's so great to see you today. And if you are with me for the first time, I am doing a series that's called TimeBlazr Tuesday, which really helps you to find out what the best days of the week are with auspicious timing with the TimeBlazr. And the TimeBlazr is a system that's been around for literally centuries to help the affluent, to help people in power. And what the purpose of this series is to help you make the right decisions at the right time every single time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little test drive of what's happening for the week. And since it's Tuesday, we're going to start with Wednesday, but we're going to just do a little run through of the software. But let's head on over to
Jay Zemansky.
Sorry about that. So let's, like I said, head over. My husband needed to call me right now, I suppose. All right, so, oops, I didn't want to go there. I wanted to actually take us over directly to the TimeBlazr slot, to the program over here. So this is the TimeBlazr by default. It's going to open up to the current month, and we are now in the month of August. So this is a transition point between the first part of the end, if you will, of the month of the goat. And right here on the 7th, we are going to see where the change of the month is going to happen. So we're going to go into the monkey month. And so there's a couple of things that I want you to know about the monkey month. In what I would suggest that you do is head on over to my TimeBlazr website. It's TimeBlazr.com. And we've already got posted what is happening for people who have monkeys in their chart. So you can watch that little video, and then every Tuesday we post here, or you can find us on YouTube as well. So what we want to look at is a couple of things on the software, and then I'm going to tell you towards the end how you will be able to receive a 30-day free trial, no credit card required at the time of this recording. So let's just dive right in. So first of all, what we want to let you know is this is a personalized system. So within the software, what you're going to be doing is entering your year, month, day, and hour of birth. And really what I really want you to know about that is that, you know, the TimeBlazr is programmed on those 4 pillars, but you may not know all 4 of the pillars. So basically what the year of birth, that is going to depict things like your reputation, your branding, if you will. It's also going to start looking at your marketing and how far and wide your marketing is going to spread around the world, right? So if you have a website, you potentially can have a global business. You do have a global business, but are you being visible? So there are things that you might want to do based on your hour of birth that has to do with your marketing, your social media, things like that. You want to always start like campaigns and things like that for your visibility based on your hour of birth. And the software will actually do that for you. Now, your month of birth is about your career, what you're best suited at, and it is also about your character. And the day of birth is about you, which is a very important piece of the about you, is really about what you are about, right? What is your mindset? What are the things that help you succeed, and what are the things that you yourself can actually start deteriorating because your mind is not with clarity, if you will, right? And it's also about your relationships. You can call it partnerships, whatever you want to use. So it is a really important pillar to be looking at. Now, the last pillar, which is your hour of birth, and that one is more about your legacy. It is about your life purpose. It's also about your visions. It's about your goals. So it's really important to know that hour of birth. And it's also about how you would invest, if you will. But truthfully, you know, if you don't know what your hour of birth is, it's not going to be the end of the world. At least you know 75% of of the picture before going into any type of negotiations or funnel that you might be wanting to launch, or starting a new project with a new client, or even like re-engaging a client that has fallen off. Let's face it, a lot of people have fallen off during this pandemic time because people are I heard actually a comment by a news reporter, which I've mentioned in another video before, but I think it is important that there's 3 T's that we have to be considering: triage, transition, and transformation. Now, those 3 T's, as you can see, we can go in and out of at any given time, right? So there could be circumstances outside of your realm that you have no control over. Some of the things that are happening around you as far as the pandemic is concerned, we do have somewhat control, but depends on your exposure. It depends on your way of thinking on whether or not you are willing to put on a face covering or not. In the United States, we do have a little bit of that divide on whether or not people do wear or do not wear a face covering. Potentially, it is more strict in other parts of the world, and so that is something that we also want to take into consideration, that you do have a part in your own well-being and your health. So take steps accordingly if you're going to be around people and things like that. So those are things that are outside of your control. What you can control is absolutely 100% of the way that you play or maneuver or strategize about the information in your astrology chart. Now, this isn't really the astrology program, it's more about the timing piece of it, but we do need that personalization for you to get that personalized TimeBlazr calendar. So here are some of the things I want to talk to you about. Let's go back to the TimeBlazr and just have a look at what is going on over there. So like I said, this is the astrology, and when you have a 30-day trial of this, you actually have access to this. There's going to be some training videos in here which will help you maneuver around a little bit. It will help you move your calendar, if you would like, into iCal or your Google Calendar. Please note that my software doesn't exactly pair up with Google right now or iCal. So the format obviously is going to look a little bit different, but the information, part of the information can go over for you. Now, we also have several guidebooks and things like that for you to understand the information a little bit better as well. But let's go over to the TimeBlazr and let's have a look at this calendar. So first of all, like I said, we are transitioning from 1 month to the next. So that's the first thing you need to know about the Chinese calendar, is that we actually have the days starting anywhere from the 3rd, 4th, 5th, even up to the 8th or so of a month, depending on the month. It never will start on the 1st of the month, is what I'm trying to say, which means the month of the monkey is going to go into the first few days of September as well. So then we are starting to look at some other components of this particular calendar. So there's some icons here. These are basically which you actually can either leave them all by default, just hover over what the particular meanings may mean. For example, the rocket, which is one of my favorites, is launch campaigns. If you are partnering with somebody, whether it is a partnership that is a legal entity down to a affiliations that you might have, affiliates that you might have working for you and helping you build your business, to JV partnerships and things like that, short-term partnerships. So they have all different kinds of partnerships. And then, of course, marketing. There's a couple of other ones that I like as well, but those are absolutely my favorites. So, but what you can do is you can, and we're going to do that right now just so you can see this, you can take out the icons, but the star system will stay. And I'll tell you about that in just a second. But first I want to talk about green and white days. Now, the difference between a green and white day is, quite frankly, the difference between a day that is going to be more vibrant and one that is going to be less vibrant. So if there are different filters that the baseline of the TimeBlazr will have. So what we are looking at is that we have a certain threshold, if you will, that if it hits a certain vibrancy, automatically it's going to turn green. If it's below that benchmark, then it's going to automatically be white because it's void of a lot of the vibrancies that we're going to need to do our important activities. Now, I'm going to show you how to use this each and every day, but here is really the trick, is at the beginning of the month, and we are at the beginning of the month of August, if you will, as well as we're almost at the cusp of the beginning of the monkey month. So what I want you to do when you download your free 30-day software is you are going to now see that you have access to a really great system to launch something in the next 30 days. And that's what I want you to start thinking about. All right, let's go back over to the system again. And then you're going to start seeing stars appear up on the system, if you will. So the highest vibrancy is going to be 5 stars. I don't think we have any from the 5th to the 11th. No, we have just 2s, 3s, and 4s the upcoming week. But as you can see, yesterday, the 3rd, if you are listening to me live, was a 5-star day. And then there's a couple of other ones throughout the month. So what the real trick here is to, if you would like, you can start putting in, for example, you can start pre-selecting. Let's just kind of maybe, let's bring in some money too while we're at it, right? Partnerships, and let's do some marketing here. And then we're going to select those. And so those are going to start coming through because that's potentially what we're going to want to do this particular month. And so as you can see, the real secret sauce in this is really trying to find a green day with the type of day that is there. On the 7th, for example, we've got the rocket, we've got partnerships, we've got the marketing, and then we also have an open day, and then we have 2 stars. So then we're going to look at any other days this particular week that we can do it, or throughout the month, and then we'll be able to start making informed decisions about how we can make some really great strides during the month of August. Now, the next thing I want you to think about is that we are going to be going through each and every week. I go through what the names of the terms are. So, for tomorrow, for example, it's going to be a receive day. In other words, there's 12 different types of days that we're going to be covering. And you're going to start even seeing some repeats. For example, look at the 6th. It's a open day, and then it looks like our next open day is going to be on the 19th, and then there's another one on the 31st, and there potentially is some in the September as well. We'll look at September when September comes. But what I'm trying to say is when you follow along with me, you're going to hear me describe each and every one of these days. All right, let's look into what a day would look like. So we're going to start out with Wednesday the 5th because this is how we are looking at the TimeBlazr Tuesdays. We start out on Wednesday and finish up with the Tuesday. And so what I'm going to do is talk a little bit more extensively about the first day. And then from there, what we're going to do is I'll just kind of give you the highlights of each and every one of the days. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the things that are consistent with the TimeBlazr by the day, and then I'll talk about the personalization next. So for everyone, it's going to be Wednesday, August the 5th, and then we're going to drop down a couple of rows, and you're going to see it's an unfavorable receive day. Right away, it's going to tell you if it's a white day, it's either going to be unfavorable or a void being the lowest energy of them all, and then it's a receive day. A receive day is about receiving something, but it is an unfavorable day. So I personally would not use this day for a launch. I'd still use it for other activities, but I certainly wouldn't use it as a launch day. But you know what? You're going to also start, potentially going, but wait a minute, I've already got my schedule in, because you're just finding out about me. I've already got my schedule fixed for the day. Well, then this is where you need to go in and start looking at some of the terms to see whether or not you need to reschedule that appointment, whether or not you want to even, deal with somebody, if the time is so unstable. But if you must, because sometimes, not everybody knows about the TimeBlazr, right? So what you're going to want to start thinking about is, okay, then how do I understand the terminology so I can modify my behavior so I can best serve my clients or make the best take the right action, certainly because of the time being stable or unstable. All right, let's go back to the day. Now we're looking at the type of the animal of the day. It's a Yang Metal Dragon day. So this is where the astrology of your chart and the astrology of the day, if you will, is, really starting to tell me whether or not this is a day that matches you or not. And then we look at the two boxes right below that. They're called positive influences and negative influences. The thing I want you to know about these two terms, these two boxes, are that those boxes are now going to overlay over the hours. So they are the prevailing energy of the day. So basically that energy goes over the entire day, no matter what time slot you are choosing. So we do have to look at both sides of the coin. Now that it's a unfavorable day, those negative influences actually take a little bit more potency, and then when we go to a green day, I'll explain that a little bit more in depth as well. I've also created these terms based on some of the Chinese characters and some of the more esoteric terms that those in which I learned, but I've translated them into standard business English without losing one drop of the essence of the fabulous system of favorable timing. So really what we want to start thinking about is, what can we do with a day like this? Now, the next, go over to the next row where you start seeing the row where it says rat, ox, tiger. These are the times of the day. These are going to be consistent each and every day. They will always start with the rat, and basically it is the sequence of the zodiac. So it's the rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, all the way around, and then it's going to start with the rat again. Each and every day. So we look at that, and then the next column is going to be the description of the basic information that is available at any given time slot. So what I want you to understand about this is that there is also a star system here. So basically we have either neutral, when you look at the dragon hour, for example, between 7 and 8:59, and there are 2-hour time slots, because why? There's 12 animals. So the dragon hour has a positive energy there because it is indicated by blue and a plus sign, but as you can see, there is no star there. So that's just saying that the day is neutral to you. But if we drop down to another time slot, look at 9 to 10:59 a.m., we see that that's the snake hour, that we see a term called bright future. That means things are going really well, but there's a star there. So that's already starting to tell me that the hour it's a 1-star hour with the snake, not necessarily what's inside of the box, but the snake connects with your astrology, whereas the dragon of this particular hour doesn't really connect with you. Now, going down to the next type of hours that you can see between 11 and 12:59 p.m., you can see now that we've got mixed energy there. We've got the blue with the pluses, but then we've also got the red with the minuses. When you start seeing this is where the energy starts to become unstable. And I want you to take caution of maybe avoiding doing something important during this time. And the same goes through for 3 to 4:59, where we've got 3 stars. It's kind of the same idea. So really the playing field for this particular day is either going to be between 9 and 10:59 a.m. or 9 and 10:59 p.m. later in the day, where we've got all pure energy. One is a 1-star and one is a 3-star. Obviously the pig hour is much more vibrant, but it's 9 o'clock at night during the week. So I don't know, unless you're having a dinner meeting or something like that, you can use this for personal as well. But, for many people, that's still a late dinner to do. But, you can certainly set up autoresponders and things like that. Now, I also want to point out, look at the tiger hour back up towards the top of the page. And basically, this is the 3 to 4:59 a.m., and it has a teal color. When you see teal, this means that all the energy is positive during the hour, and that it means quick action. That's what the teal color is going to mean. But you can see this also relates, the tiger hour relates to this person, so it's got a star there, so we're saying, yep, we really like it. So again, this would be a great opportunity to do some autoresponders if it is a day that matches you. Now, the other thing I want to point out is the star system of the day. So there's 2 stars on this particular day that astrologically matches this person. And then there's one icon, which is not a positive. It's the only one that's not there, which is basically saying, take a little bit of caution, because on this day, there's going to be some instability that you're going to want to take some caution on. Okay. All right. We're going to speed it up a little bit. And unless I come to a green day, then I just want to, or a certain term I really want to point out to you. All right. So on Thursday, we have an open day. An open day means that you've got some opportunities coming your way. So we really like to see that, but it is an unfavorable day. But as you can see, it looks like 11 to 2:59 p.m. This 4-hour time slot is going to be your best opportunity there. Now, what I want you to understand is that even though we can't launch things every single day, we'd be totally burned out if we were launching constantly, right? So we need to have some balance as well. So even on a day that's not stable to do a product or service or a program launch, or launch a website, or if you're an author and you want to launch your book or things like that, then we start looking at, well, what else can we do with those days? So during those 4 hours, what I like to do is really look at my week in advance. I usually do this on Fridays, and what I like to do is I like to look at the Friday as the day where I'm looking at the past week. What didn't I accomplish and why? And is it something that I want to pull over into the next week? So then I'm going to start slotting in my weekly tasks based on my goals and the things that I want to do, whether they be an annual goal, a long-term goal, maybe a 5-year goal, an annual goal, a monthly goal, or a quarterly goal. Now a weekly goal. What can I get done to start really working towards achieving these goals? And that's an important thing that I want you to understand, that not everything is about launching. It's also about some tactics. It's also about some strategies that we need to do. So that's where I like to use these days. Like, for example, I'm working on an outline of a book that I'm working on for the annual event this year. That's going to be in January. And it was a really good day yesterday. There was like 6 hours that I could just really just take the time to work on that. Now that I've initiated that particular activity, there's going to be a couple of hours that I can really schedule to start working on that each and every day. If I just waited for green days to show up, I would never get anything done. So this is where I want you to start using some of your common sense. So on this particular day, like I said, between 11 and 2:59 p.m., what we've got is some really good vibrancy there. There's a couple of terms that I want to point out in the positive. I love benevolence. It's kind of like make a wish on this day, and then revitalize. So if you have fallen off track, whether it be with your own self, or if you have clients that have fallen off, this is a great opportunity. At least pick up the phone or send an email, even if it's not that super vibrant day. This is nurturing a client that you already have. Now, if you're already like doing social media and stuff like that, yeah, send it out during that time if you can schedule it that way. But this is how, if you can use those 4 hours, that will help you get and accomplish things done more in the flow of the day. You're gonna get more done in those 4 hours than you would if you worked the entire day. And just start tracking that, and you'll start seeing a pattern of, I did get a disruption, or man, I really didn't get anything done. It's almost like I have to redo it. Start tracking that, and you'll see how accurate the system is, because it's personalized to you. All right, moving on to the 7th. Oh, beautiful, beautiful Friday. beginning of the month, the monkey month. And so what we have here is an excellent open day. So here's a beautiful open day, excellent, highest vibrancy that we can potentially have. So when we look at the green days, we're going to have in the hierarchy, excellent is the highest, favorable is the next, and fair is going to be, of that third tier, if you will. But how vibrant is it to you? How vibrant is to you is showing you the number of stars. So what you see here online right now is not going to be the same for each and every person because it's individualized to that person. But what is consistent is all of those pieces like excellent open, a yang water horse, positive and negative influences, all the information and ingredients of the day. It's the stars, icons that is going to be the personalization for you. So you don't even have to think is this hour better for me or is that hour better for me? So again, we're going to just use a little bit of common sense on selecting the hours and days. So here we have a teal box during the positive influences. So that's telling me that this whole entire day, not the 2-hour time slot that we saw a couple of days before, the whole entire day is going to be really fast acting. So how we have to start thinking about this then is when the hours are unstable, we've got that quick action happening there as well. So really you do have to start taking caution about when and how you're going to be using these hours, okay? All right, let's go back to the 7th. And again, this is between 11 and 12:59 is going to be your best time slot. So really try to use this time slot or whatever yours is. Now, if there's no star there or 3 stars, wow, 3 stars is a really vibrant time for you. But if there's no stars, there's no connection astrologically, but it still is a vibrant time. So I personally use that, maybe not for a launch, but I definitely use it if I don't have the time slots designated to me in that time. All right, let's move on to, and like I said, Fridays are my planning days. So if I am going to be looking at, week by week, this is the day I definitely will do that. And I do it actually in the morning. I don't do it at the end of the day. I actually got this tip from, I wish I could remember. It's not mine though. I'll be very clear about that. That is not my thought, but I love the idea. If I come across that source, I'll tell you next week. But basically what this person said was that they planned out their day in the morning of Friday versus the end of Friday. And the reason why, it's kind of that accountability, right? You set your own calendar mostly. So what you're doing is like, I said I was going to do this, and now it's Friday, and I haven't either started it or gosh, I really needed to get that done, and whatever, life got in the way. There's, a number of things that could derail any best plan, right? So this system helps you have that accountability as well. So what I would do is go, all right, I've got a really good 2-hour time slot during this day. Can I slot it in during that time to really kind of speed up and get back on track? Now, if I can't because it's more than 2 hours, or maybe I could just take a little bit of jab at it. But Fridays, actually, I leave pretty loose. Mondays and Fridays are really more my strategic days of like finishing up the week, and then Mondays are getting everything kind of cranked up and in gear. But what I like to really look at is how I can get the most done in a time. It's like one of my clients even said it's almost like a game. It's like a 2-hour sprint. Like, what can I get done in those 2 to 4 hours in any given day? So, do what you can on that, but that is a suggestion for you. All right, going to August the 8th. Now we have another day here that is an excellent day, but it's a close day on this particular day. So the close day is closing up projects. It is telling me that I need to finish something up. So what is it that, is there something that I need to finish up from last week? Is there something I need to finish up as far as getting, I don't know, that last whatever touch on a proposal that needs to get done? Is there a client that I need to finish up a package with or something like that? This is tying the bow onto the package for you in a nice and neat way. All right, so on this, we also also have, again, a nice teal in the 9 to 10:59, and then we can go on from there. Now I want to show you right here, there's something that's called gifted physician. Now this is something that is basically for everyone, that you can have a day where there's a better day to go see a doctor, if you will. But I want to show you a filter. So we'll come back to the 8th in just a second. But there's a couple of filters that you can do in the TimeBlazr as well. So you need to go to the search button. And what you do there is basically, I'm going to go to the astrology first, though, to show you where you find that. But basically what we're looking for this person, and everyone's going to be individual, you actually have specific days for you, not the general, like in the positive energies that I just showed you, but you have specific energies for you that you can schedule your medical and alternative medicine appointment. So, a massage, a chiropractic, it could be any type of self-care that you might be doing. Please, please, please know that there is a filter that you can find, and I'm going to show you how to do that very quickly. So what you do is, again, you go to the TimeBlazr, you go to that search that I just showed you, and then we go to looking at the activators. That's where it was at on your astrology, and then you go to wellness, and then basically you hit the search, and this is going to be personalizing those days. And then not only, let's look here, not only is this excellent open day good for this person personally, because it was a horse day, remember, but it also happened to be for that particular day. Oh, no, I think it was a Saturday on that. But so anyway, so this particular day, then you can go, oh, this is a really great day. This is when I'm going to make that appointment between 11 and 12:59 if, you can get into an appointment at this late notice. All right. Then there's several other filters as well. Just real quick, I'll describe them, but I won't go through them all because it just takes too much time. You can find out all your wealth days, your power days, your resource days, days for you to network, days for you to create content, start a blog post, start a book or something like that. And then there's general days as well, where you can start looking at, show me all the success days that I have access to. Show me all of the open days or any of the days that you want. Remember, there's 12 different types of days. And then you can go to favorable or challenging. People ask me, well, why would you want to know challenging days? Well, here's the deal, you guys. It's not just about choosing the best day in time. It's also avoiding the challenging ones. So you really want to make sure that when you have a challenging day, that you modify your behavior, your appointments, and things like that. So wouldn't it be amazing if you had the entire year set out for you? Well, we're going to give you an opportunity to get 30 days of it so you can try before you invest in it. And it's a really, really easy buy-in to get that software if you want to have the entire year. Okay, so let's go back to the TimeBlazr very quickly, back to the month. All right, and a couple other things if you want to, once you have you can, print out the whole year, and then you can print out to the axis of how many months that you may have. And then you can put it into, like I said, your iCal or your Google Calendar as well. All right, so I think we were on the close. Yes, we finished that. So let's go to the 9th, another beautiful day. It's a favorable established day. So it's establishing authority. So this is something that you can start looking at to help you be an influencer. So if you're interested in that kind of recognition, then these are days that you absolutely want to be getting out in front of your clientele and making sure that you're being seen. So being seen on a positive time, and you use your time slot no matter where you're located in the world, you use your local time to activate these certain activities, okay? All right, and then there's another little insider tip that I want to show you here is look on the negative influence and look at that very last term, voluminous. Voluminous basically means that you could easily ask for a sale on this day, because people are more likely to open up their wallets during this time. So it's sort of doubling up. So this is where you can upsell your client to the next level, obviously with an integrity. So you want to make sure that you have something to offer them. So, you know, when a client is connected with you and maybe you're just finishing up with them, right? This is a day where you can go, oh, hey, you know, I have this new program, or, you know, it looks like you're ready for my next steps. So hopefully you have next steps so that you can get them into a higher level of engagement with you. So that's how you use even the negative influences in a positive way. All right, August the 10th is a remove day. Love, 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 love remove days. They are actually some of my favorite times. So this particular day, we don't have much going on, as you can see, during like the 9 to 5 kind of time slot. If those are the hours that you work, I kind of like am more flexible because I really do like to tap into these. So most likely next Monday between 5 and 7:59, actually I already have a meeting scheduled, so I know I will be involved in a meeting at this time because it is the most vibrant of the day. So a remove day, though, what I really like about a remove day is that you can remove unwanted things. This is a great day, especially on that day where the vibrancy isn't that great on the 10th, that this could be a great day to archive files, just put your desk in order, just you know, like get rid of things that you don't need. So this is a really great way to really use that energy. Now, another thing that you could do on this day is start a cleanse. So this is also a good day for people who may want to shed a few of those COVID pounds. So this is a good day to get rid of a bad habit. That's one of the best ways that you can use a remove day. All right, and then we get over to August 11th, our final day of TimeBlazr Tuesday for this month, and it unfortunately goes to a unfavorable white day on this particular day. It's a full day. A full day means that it is your cup is full, right? So what I caution you on a day like today is not take on so much that it ends up burning you out, because the cup is continually, it's like you pour out the cup and automatically, it's just like one of those magic cups, it just fills back up. Now, if this was a positive green day, favorable, excellent, or fair day, so the distinction is it's favorable, vibrant, then, and you use that day to write a contract, I do need to caution you to under promise and over deliver, because if you end up over promising and under delivering, that's going to make your clients a little bit upset. And basically, if you sign on a full day, your clients keep wanting more. Just keep giving me more, keep giving me more. So you just need to caution yourself a little bit on a day like that. Okay. So, and you know, the best time slot is going to be between 3 and 4:59 a.m. So, okay. So now the next thing I would like to tell you about is I promised you that there is a opportunity for you to learn a little bit more about the TimeBlazr. You can either watch it on YouTube or go to TimeBlazr.com, and you can find the video there that will give you a little bit more information about the monkey month. And unfortunately, I can tell you that it is a month that of all the animals of 2020, the monkey actually is having the most challenging time, if you will. And this month may be a bit challenging if you have a monkey in your chart. So how you can find that out is get that 30-day free trial. So you'll get your astrology chart, as well as, you know, all those tabs that I just demonstrated for you. But if you have a monkey in your chart, you may want to actually head on over to YouTube and listen to that. It'll be certainly linked below, so that you can definitely listen to that information. And by the way, all of the 12 animals for 2020 are up on YouTube, so you can just run the chart for yourself or for your friends, people you're sheltering in place with, so that you are able, and you can actually go and get their charts, and that link is listed below as well, so that you can get the information about them as well. So sheltering in place peacefully and with compassion is going to be a lot less strain on your sensitivity and sensibilities, right? Okay, so for the last piece that I wanted to say, for getting the free trial, just go to www.free30timetrial.com. No credit card is required. So this is a way that you can help energize your calendar, energize your life, and for for the next week, at least you have some information to help you out. One last thing I do want to tell you about is I also started another series, and we're going to do this once a month, and it's another free service that I'm doing, especially during this challenging time of the year of the metal rat. Is I am doing a feng shui flying star forecast for the month. And so basically and you're going to find that on YouTube Live as well, and I will be broadcasting live each day. I'm going to be talking about each of the sectors, and so tune in over there. So really what we want to help you with is person, space, time, and universal guidance, so, or manifestation, if you will. And what I mean by that is, if you know what's in your chart and know how to handle some of these energies that are either benefiting you, or it may feel like even attacking you this year because the challenges of the year for you, that's a good piece of information to know. So you're not going, my gosh, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. The universe is providing you, whether we like it or not, life lessons. So the life lessons, we can either guide them and know that they're coming our way, or you can just get blindsided by like, oh my gosh, what, give me a break here already. Now, the next piece is the feng shui piece. Now, no matter what's in your chart, when we use the feng shui, it can help elevate your chart and help you have a better time. That's with the understanding that you're doing something with your space. And because we are sheltering in space, I'm looking at this opposite here, because we're sheltering in space right now, your space is absolutely important. I usually stand up, and I think I have to do that because my top is driving me crazy right now. Anyway, I got to do it right. Let's see. I don't need to look in the reverse mirror. That's the problem. So really what I want you to see, I'm just being real here. Really what I want you to start thinking about how important your space is. If you start putting some positive energy and positive influence towards making your space better, your life is going to be better. And then that next component is obviously the TimeBlazr, where you are taking right action at the right time. I gave you 3 or 4 days just now that looks like over the weekend it's going to be a really nice weekend, starting with the first day of the monkey month. So don't miss out on all these free tools that we're giving you for free right now, so you can improve your life. So I hope this is helping, and leave some comments below. Tell me what you're going to do with those 3 vibrant days next week. Don't be dismissive and go, I'll think about this later. Time is ticking, you guys. All of my stuff, for the most part, that I'm doing on YouTube right now is going to start indicating to you that this is an action that I need for you to take now. Don't hit the save button, because a week from now, everything that I just told you is no longer going to be helpful for you. So really think about coming back next Tuesday for TimeBlazr Tuesday, as well as coming on Friday, or start watching, and really I'll explain more about the feng shui of it when we see each other on Friday on YouTube Live. I might have said some other channel, but I meant YouTube Live if I did. So, okay, you guys, I will see you next week. Have an amazing week, especially this Friday when the energy really just is going to start cranking up as far as the days. But we do have to watch a little bit of the energy of the monkey month. We'll talk more about that from a spatial perspective in a couple of days. So for now, thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for being with me here today. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe, comment, like, and of course share. That's really going to help us out so I can help you out as much as I can. So we will see you in just a few days talking about some feng shui. Okay, you guys, take care. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.